Are great ones worth your time? That's an interesting question because it really depends on you as the player and what you want to get out of playing the Hunter Call of the Wild. In this video, we're going to talk about what it takes to get great ones, a little bit about herd management, and whether or not it's worth dedicating the time, sweat, and tears to earn them from the perspective of a casual player versus a YouTube content creator. I've been playing Call of the Wild since about 8 months after it's released, so I've been around a while. I have filled 6 trophy lodges with trophies of various types, whether it's been from grinding or casual gameplay. You can check out my Ultimate Lodge tour for 2024 here. I started my channel on June 29th, 2022. What started as a fun little hobby has become a professional endeavor for me because I love video editing and creating content. I also work full-time and have a family, so I don't have as much free time as people who do this full-time professionally. So I come at this question about great ones representing probably 60 to 70% of the players out there. So, are great ones worth your time? Let's look at it from the casual gameplay perspective. Realistically, you're never going to see a great one. Ever. Expansive Worlds has said, and I'm paraphrasing, that the Great One was originally intended to be so rare that the casual player may never see one in their lifetime, even if they play regularly. The reason? The game is subject to something called a random number generator, or RNG. This means animals spawn in the most random of ways, and you literally have to be insanely lucky to get anything good like super rares, let alone great ones. You would have to have the most insane, incredibly wild, crazy RNG luck to see an initial spawn great one, or find one on a multiplayer map, or in just a few kills spawn one on your own map. Can it be done? Yes. Some people have reported getting their great ones after just a few kills. In fact, the lowest reported kill count I've ever seen for a great one was for a great one fallow deer, and the guy only killed 2 males on his map. Just 2. What the heck? But that is not the normal. For the majority of us, it's going to take hundreds, if not thousands of kills to get our great ones. And that's where grinding comes in. Such was the case for me and all 3 of my great ones. I currently have the red deer, the fallow deer, and the moose obtained in that order. For my red deer grind, it was probably somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000 kills. Fallow deer, 1,500 to 1,700. And moose? Oh gosh, don't get me started on moose. It's no wonder you see reactions like these. Not one of my finest moments, but honestly, it was probably between 7,000 and 9,000 kills to get my great one moose. When you have to kill an insane number of animals just to spawn the biggest, baddest, most well-designed trophies in the game, you almost have to grind in order to get one. And this leads us to the other way of spawning great ones, herd management. Sure, you can grind the usual way and harvest everything you see, or you can speed up the process and potentially spawn rare and super rare animals like piebalds, albinos, and melanistics in the process. Who wouldn't want to take advantage of that? If you're fairly new and don't know what herd management is, it's essentially harvesting the mid-level animals and leaving low-level animals to fill need zones on your map until you compress the spawn rate so much that the game tries to balance the smaller animals with big ones. That's when you get consistent respawns of high-level golds and diamonds, as well as those rares. For a long while, I didn't use herd management on red deer and was very frustrated with not seeing results. Within 2 weeks of using herd management and grooming my zones in such a way that I was consistently getting diamonds every 1 to 3 runs, I got my great one red deer. And because of this and other evidence, I personally firmly believe that herd management does in fact help spawn great ones. Now, grinding and herd management has created huge divisions in our community. Some say grinding ruins the special nature of diamonds and great ones, and I don't disagree. In my experience while grinding, you get to a point where every diamond you see is just frustrating. It's like, great, where's my great one? Great, where's my great one? Unless you get that occasional rare and you might be like, ooh. So yeah, for some, not all, but some people, it does detract from the wow factor of getting a diamond. And it does have sort of a detrimental effect to the value of the trophies in the game. But dang it, I want my great one. Don't we all? One of the most alluring things about great ones is you don't know what kind of rack style or fur type you're gonna get. It's completely random. And in the case of the blackberry, it's the fur type. Everybody just wants, the one that they want. And the other thing is, people love to see reactions to this. For example, here's my reaction to my great one red deer.
Oh my god! Oh my god, I
did it! Oh, he's here! Oh, he's here! Oh my god, he's here! And at one of the most beautiful lakes on the map! Oh my god! Oh, don't you dare! Do not you dare! And here's my reaction to getting my great one fallow deer on live stream. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh god, hold on guys! Hold on, I gotta activate my camera, hold on. There he is! And I got the stupid spoon rack! And here again is my moose reaction. Why the difference in the intensity of my reactions? Well, once I started using herd management and seriously grinding for my red deer, it only took about 2 weeks. My great one fallow, 4 days. And I was sorely disappointed in the rack style I got. Yeah, the spoon rack. My moose took almost a solid calendar year. And technically, I have had 2 moose grinds. My first one was so frustrating that I ended up resetting my hunting profile. So when I saw him, I was like, oh my gosh. And my first initial response was, it's a rack style and a fur type that I don't have to be disappointed in. It was something I really, really wanted. And after so long of hunting and grinding the same animals over and over and over again, yes, I was thrilled for it A, to be done, and B, that I got the fur and rack style that I wanted. And when I saw him, I was just like, oh, thank God. But that feeling of unremitted joy that I had when my moose finally spawned in was almost immediately replaced with a wave of both relief and disgust. I know, it's a really odd combination of feels to have when you've been working toward a goal for so long, especially when you've just spawned in that great one that you've wanted. But I don't think enough creators lend a voice to this specific feeling, so I'm going to use my platform to do that and voice what lots of us have probably been thinking after we've grinded thousands of kills for a great one for a very long time. Now, I can't speak for everyone, but when my moose finally spawned in for me, the feelings that came with the grind finally being over finally can stop the repetitious shooting of the same animals over and over again for hours on end, overcame the feelings of happiness and joy I felt at having accomplished something that both was a personal goal of mine, but one that I also felt lended some legitimacy to my channel. So let's consider it from the content creator's perspective. Because let's face it, if you want to be a successful content creator for Call of the Wild, you either have to shoot the animals in the create guides, or grind great ones. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. It's because people love those reaction moments and want to be a part of it when they themselves don't have the time to spare grinding great ones. That's the entertainment value coming to full fruition. It's also kind of like joining the Cool Kids Club, because you can say, yes, I have great ones to anybody who asks in chat, and they will ask in chat. But here's the thing, 2 weeks before Emerald Coast came out, I decided to restart my moose grind quietly, and once EC launched, I spent a little time exploring and getting trophies from that map, but then switched over to my moose grind and dropped all of my other projects. I rarely posted videos, and I relied very heavily on live streaming to keep my channel going, but this was a goal I had, and I desperately wanted to achieve it. This choice did have some influence on my channel. I felt it brought more people in, but a few of my regulars were asking, where are your other videos? It was also very, very monotonous in the beginning, shooting the same animals repeatedly, but after a while, you get into a rhythm and it almost becomes meditative. Also, you know it's going to be a draw for your audience because of the what if factor. What if it happens this rotation? What if I get a fur combination I hate? What if I get one I absolutely love? What is that reaction gonna be? In the meantime, I neglected a lot of amazing trophies I still want, and now I'm still getting sucked into the grinding culture. It's hard to break away now and go back to that casual hunting mentality. As a side note, if you're thinking about starting up a channel, do your research, poll the community and find out the types of things that they like to see and kind of go for that. Go study other channels and see what videos get the highest engagement. I tell you, it's guides, great ones, or butt shots. That's the draw, period. Now again, this depends on what you want and the type of experience you'd like to have while playing the Hunter Call of the Wild. The most amazing thing about this game is that you can absolutely control the type of experience you have while playing. If you want a realistic hunting experience, don't camp the drink zones. You can try using lures and scents to draw the animals in from, say, their feed zones, or study how the animals move and set up in a spot where you know they'll be moving through on their way between zones. Snipe them from the lookout towers. Heck, the world is your oyster. And that's why the Hunter Call of the Wild is so great. No pun intended. It literally offers something for everyone. Whether your playstyle is just to go crashing through the underbrush, flushing animals and seeing what you can find, or by doing reconnaissance and studying how animals move and tailoring your hunting style to match the animal behaviors that you see, or grinding, just grinding, you can do it all. So the verdict, are great ones worth your time? No. And yes. It can be one of the most frustratingly long and arduous processes you undertake in this game. Or you may get it in 5 harvests and can rub it in everybody's face. I mentioned bragging rights until now. Yeah, you do get the bragging rights. For me, it was valuable in getting my great ones to achieve a goal that I see so many people both desiring and achieving on their own. As a content creator, again, I felt it lended some legitimacy to my channel and proved that I do take this game seriously, and I do want those really high quality, really well designed trophies. I also want to bring a valuable entertainment experience to my audience, so grinding for the great ones under that context made it valuable. As far as personally achieving the goal, I do struggle with the idea that it's a little too hard for people to get. I think there would be more value in being in a position where you have to use your skills to hunt the animal rather than just grinding and spawning them in. But that's a topic for a whole other video on how to improve the accessibility for great ones. Not everybody agrees with my opinion. I'm just going to put that out there. And again, what I've talked about in this video is very personal to me. It's different for everybody else, and I encourage everybody to be respectful of everybody's opinions. Take care to know how you really want to play the game, because this really is about you and how you want to play, and if you want to share that experience with others. I have to look at it from a marketing perspective as much as I will have to look at it from a personal interest perspective. What I will say is, please don't cheat or mod great ones into the games. That does kill the great one vibe, and we really don't need any of that. You will earn more legitimacy, more praise, more bragging rights if you do it the right way. Avoid modded servers. If you want a great one, you really should have to work toward it somehow. I think most people can agree with me on that point. If you enjoyed this video, please consider slapping that like button. It gets unruly from time to time. Also, the best way you can support my channel, watch each video start to finish as much as possible. That's what pushes me out to the algorithm more than anything else. I do have a merch shop, fitsbyfalks.com. It's not entirely hunting game related. I like to think there's something for everybody there, so please check it out. Also, if you're curious to know how I think herd management helps great ones spawn, click this link here. And I'll see you on our next adventure. Bye!